Hey guys, good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to this next iced coffee date. Standing in my kitchen, just chatting with you. Traditional iced coffee date. So today we're going to talk about body recomposition. And I do feel like this is kind of a hot word, and sometimes women don't really understand what it's all about. So I wanted to get into what it's all about, and then what are kind of the key factors that actually help you change your body composition. And my goal is to be quick about it and get to the point because I usually ramble. You guys know how it is. So what the heck is body recomp or body recomposition? So basically it is changing your body, and it's a way to lose weight, but a lot of times there is a focus on building muscle. And of course, if you are a woman in her 30s, 40s, and 50s, this is really, really important because, as I always say, you got to use it or you are going to lose it. And it becomes harder and harder to build muscle as we age, just because our hormones don't slow down and we don't have all the lovely hormones that we had before. So if you are watching this right now, you are not strength training in some capacity on the regular, this is my encouragement to start some sort of program and to start lifting weights. Because if you really want to change your body, you want to have a good, healthy metabolism, you want to maintain your weight, you want to be functionally fit so you can carry the groceries in from the car, sit down on a toilet, take care of yourself in your 80s and 90s, you need to have muscle and you need to have some sort of strength to be just healthy for the long term. So anyways, that's my little spiel there, but that's what body recomp is. And a lot of times I think women think the only way to quote unquote lose weight is to cut calories. And the thing about losing weight versus fat loss, they're two different things. So that is really important to point out, because you can change your body, recomposition, lose fat, maintain muscle or build muscle, and the scale is not always going to reflect that. So a lot of times when we're working with clients, they are really focused on the scale, and they kind of, freak out a little bit if they're not seeing the progress that they want to see, or the scale staying the same, or the scale goes up a pound or two. And a lot of times is what happens is that we are encouraging them to do some sort of strength training. So they are changing their body. There's some recomposition going on there where they are building muscle, losing fat. Their bodies look different, but the scale's not going to reflect that. They're not going to see these big drops in weight, because that's weight loss. Like, your body is weighing less. It doesn't mean that you are losing body fat. So there's two different things here. And I personally prefer body recomposition, which is why we use photos at Carrots and Cake to compare how your body looks, and measurements, because a lot of times when you are gaining muscle, losing fat, body recomposition, your body is going to take up less space. Your clothes are going to fit better. Your measurements are going to decrease. So there's a lot of ways to figure out if you are making progress outside of the scale. And this is not a scale video. We could do that a different day. I'm really not a fan of the scale. I do have a little side story about the scale, but we went skiing recently, and my husband, son, and I, we all rented skis, and they needed to know how much we weighed, and all three of us were like, I have no idea. We don't own a scale. We have no idea, because for the skis, you need to know how much you weigh. Thankfully, we figured it out. Everything was fine. But it was funny, after that, Quinn's like, can we get a scale? And Mal and I are just like, no. What is the point of a scale? Literally tells you nothing about your health, your happiness, how your body looks. I'll do a scale soapbox a different day. But anyways, let's talk about the factors that are important for body recomposition, because I do think it's not, just about cutting calories, seeing how little you can eat. It's really about fueling your body properly, lifting some weights, getting stronger, and changing how your body looks. And the example I always give is you've probably seen these on Instagram and Facebook. There's a woman, she's 150 pounds to her before photo, and then her after photo, she's 152 pounds, but she's in a bikini, all ripped up, looks amazing. And she weighs 2 pounds more, but looks 10 times better. And it's does it matter what the scale says? She changed her body composition and she looks 10 times better. She probably feels better. She's happier. Her clothes fit. I'm assuming these things, I don't know, but the point is you can change your body and the scale is not going to reflect that. And I'm a big fan of body recomposition. I'm all about building muscle, getting strong, and just going into my 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, just being strong and capable and all of that. Okay, so let's start at the beginning here. So number one is you really need to eat enough in order to change your body composition. So again, it's not about cutting calories. When you are in a caloric deficit, you have the potential of losing muscle. And the whole point of body recomposition is building muscle and maintaining muscle. So, being in maintenance is kind of like the magical place. And I think most of us should spend 90% of our lives in maintenance. And maintenance is like a magical place to be in the sense that you can build muscle, you can lose fat, you can change your body composition, but you need to make sure you are eating enough. And I think that is really key because a lot of women, they eat like 1,200 calories, 1,100 calories, and we've had women come to us eating like 900 calories. And I'm like, no wonder you're not building muscle. No wonder you feel like crap. No wonder you can't lose any weight. So it's not about eating less. It's really about eating more or eating enough. Because of course, putting muscle on, you need some sort of calories and stimulus to build that muscle. So of course, if you're in a surplus, you're going to get there a little bit quicker. I think that freaks out a lot of women. But being in maintenance, that is a great place to be. And honestly, that's where I like to be because I don't like restriction. And then also just to like point out as far as like how long sometimes this takes, I think a lot of us are very impatient. We're like 4-week meal plans, 8-week meal plans, stuff like that, where you're expecting these like quick results. And yeah, sure, that can happen in your 20s, but I think when you're a bit older, 30s, 40s and beyond, it takes time. So the women we work with, we have a 6-month program, and I think it takes 6 months to a year to really see progress. I mean, even just building muscle, that takes months and months and months. So like these women that are like, I don't want to get too big, I don't want to have too much muscle. It's like, you wish, girlfriend. That does not happen easily. It takes a lot of work. So this is me just saying it takes time to do this, but time is going to pass. So why not get going now and just start being consistent right now? Okay, number 2 here is meal timing. So I do like meal timing. I don't think it's magical. I really do think what you eat over the course of 24 hours, 48 hours, the whole week, whole month, I think that's important, kind of like the big picture. But I do think you can optimize what you are doing as far as body recomposition goes by making sure you are eating enough before your workouts and after your workouts, and getting enough protein and getting enough carbohydrates, because yeah, you need those things to build muscle. And the best time to do that is before and after your workouts. Your body is just going to utilize that stuff way better. And the thing is, it's not just around your workouts. Like, you got to eat protein throughout the day, you got to eat carbs throughout the day, you got to eat fat throughout the day. All that is important, but I don't think doing like a bunch of fasted workouts is going to help you put on muscle. I don't think you have to worry about eating past like 8 o'clock at night, but making sure you're getting some protein and carbs before and after your workouts can be really, really helpful as far as performance. So you can go heavier, you can go faster, you can get stronger, and then after, as far as recovery, that your muscles do recover, so you're not super duper sore, but also they grow back stronger, you get stronger, you build that lean muscle. And a lot of times, like before workouts, really kind of depends on you. Some people are cool eating a whole meal. Other people are like, I can't really eat a lot before working out, which I kind of get. So I would just have something with protein and carbs. I think that's probably going to be the best. It could be a snack, could be a full-on meal, protein shake, something like that. And then after, a lot of times we tell our clients to do a 1-to-2 ratio of protein and carbs. So if you're having 30 grams of protein, have 60 grams of carbs. And I know it sounds like a lot of carbs, but those carbs are going to be your friend as far as building muscle and recovery goes. So just making sure you're smart around what you're eating around your workouts. Number 3 here is protein. So making sure you're consuming enough protein. You need protein to build muscle, but also it's important to maintain muscle as you age. So making sure you're eating enough protein throughout the day. Around your workouts is important, but enough throughout the day. And if you're somebody that's like, I know I need to eat more protein, I don't know where to start. Maybe you've calculated how much you need and you're like, how am I going to get 150 grams of protein? You're like, this is so overwhelming. What I tell our clients, start with 100 grams per day, and that is your goal. And once you do that consistently, and what I mean by that is like 2-3 weeks at a time where you're consistently hitting 100 grams of protein, then start to move up to a higher protein goal. But I think just starting there is a really big deal for a lot of women, because most of us are eating like 60 grams, 70 grams. Some women we start working with aren't even eating like 50 grams. So for them to go from 50 to 150 grams of protein, that is a really big jump. So just start with 100 and do that consistently. And then ideally, there's so many different recommendations for protein. I think the basic one is 0.8 to 1 times your body weight in pounds. I think that's kind of a nice place to be. I also sometimes think it's a lot of protein. So I think it really depends on the person. Lane Norton, he's like a nutrition researcher. He's got some really good advice as far as protein needs. So check out him and his feed. He's got some different recommendations, and his are based on your activity. So the more active you are and the more muscle that you have, the more protein you're going to need. So there's different recommendations there, but that's a different episode altogether. But just making sure you're eating enough protein, really important. Building, maintaining muscle, blood sugar balance, brain health, cell health. Protein's really important. Okay, number 4, as far as key factors into this body recomp, is lifting heavy. So progressive overload, where you are purposely trying to get stronger. And it doesn't need to be like every day, every week, especially when you get into those like upper levels, or maybe you've been doing this a long time. Like, you don't always see gains. I think newbie gains are great, where like you do start seeing progress right off the bat. You see your body changing a lot. But there's some of us that have been doing this 10 years, 20 years. We're not going to see those amazing gains right off the bat, or it's going to take a lot of time. Like, I don't PR very often anymore, but I'm always trying to get stronger. But making it a point to add, 5 more pounds, 10 more pounds, just getting stronger over time, because that's how you grow muscle. You really need to change that stimulus. The muscle essentially needs to like break down and then build back stronger. So you definitely need to lift heavier and make it a point to get stronger and to have some sort of program that progresses you to get stronger and stronger. And I can't tell you how many women come to us that they're like, oh, I strength train 1 or 2 days. I do light weights. I saw that on an application the other day. And I'm like, what? We got to have a conversation here. You don't want to do light weights. You probably want to do at least 3 days of strength training per week, maybe like a full body. You could do some splits, whatever it is. But like, that should be like, if you had the little pyramid, the bottom of the pyramid would be strength training. And then from there it would be, I don't know, walking, and then cardio would probably be at the top. But the foundation of your fitness should really be some sort of strength training, and it should be with heavy weights. I really do think it's important. But also, I want to say, don't overthink this. Like, I think there's a lot of people that have like spreadsheets and percentages and all that. It's a lot. Like, honestly, if you just want to enjoy working out, like, just try to do a little bit heavier the next time. Like, I have a notebook. I started this notebook like in my early days of CrossFit, and I have all my PRs in there. But when we are doing like a back squat or an overhead squat or chest press or something like that, I'll go back and see, kind of what I did last time. And it's mentally in my head. I'm like, all right, I did 105 last time. Let's see if I can make it to 105 or higher today, So it's not... I don't have spreadsheets, percentages, like all that. It's just I go back to my notes and I'm like, can I do a little bit more today? And some days, yes, I can make it. Like, I did heavy thrusters in the open workout. Really kind of surprised myself, since I never do thrusters because I screw up my neck and my spine every time I do them. But did a heavy thruster, made me really happy. But, it doesn't happen all the time. I just do my best to lift heavy every single week and make a solid effort. But there's definitely days I show up at the gym and just talk to my friends. So kind of depends. But my whole point is you need some sort of progressive overload. And shout out if you need a program. My program, Strong Made Simple 2.0, they are both amazing programs in the sense that you just need dumbbells. They are progressive overload. They're super simple, straightforward, 45-minute workouts. Get it done, get strong. People love these workouts. I can't say enough good things about it. Of course I'm going to say great things about my program, but check them out. They're on the website. And then finally, the 5th factor here that is really important as far as body recomposition goes is consistency, which I know is annoying to hear, but like, if you're not doing this stuff regularly, consistently, you're just not going to see changes in your body. And I was talking to a client about this the other day, about tracking her food and workouts and everything. And she was saying how she's like pretty good, like Monday through Thursday, and then kind of falls off the rails Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And, we were talking this out and everything. And I was just like, that's only like 75% of your week. If you're doing a 75% effort on something, or like a test or something, that's like a C average. So like, if you are doing like C effort work, you're going to get C effort results. So like, if you really want to see progress and change your body, you got to put in a little bit more effort there as far as like what you're eating, doing your workouts. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, this is carrots and cake world, have your carrots, your cake, perfectly imperfect here. But you do need to put in some sort of effort if you want to see your body change. And I think it's really important to give yourself time. And as my mentor says, my business mentor says, she's like, time's gonna pass. So like, why not just get going with it now? Like, you don't wanna wait 6 months to get going and be like, oh, I wish I started 6 months ago. My body would be totally different. So just do one thing today, you know, just like nail breakfast, get that 30 grams of protein, 25 grams of protein with breakfast, and plan a strength training workout. Like, just start. And if it's not perfect, it's not perfect, but you know, keep going and, you know, hold yourself accountable. And of course, if you need help, that's where coaches come in. I can tell you 100%, when I signed on with my business coach, lit a fire under my butt to do the things that I know I needed to do. And it really does make a difference. And it gets me so much further as far as my results go and my progress. So little shout out for coaching and accountability. And then finally, I'm gonna finish this by saying, if you are interested in this body recomp stuff, you know you don't wanna just keep cutting calories and starving yourself and doing all this extra, you know, exercise that's making you crazy and exhausted and killing your hormones and thyroid and everything. I do have a free training coming up mid-March, and it really is all about how to plan your nutrition and your fitness so you get these results. It's all about fueling your body properly. There's a little mineral stuff in there because I do think fueling your body and nourishing your body in a way is going to help you build muscle. It's going to help you maintain muscle, help you lose fat, you know, all the things. But like, when your body is fueled properly, a lot of this body recomposition stuff gets a lot easier. So in this training, I'm going to help you guys figure out kind of what your maintenance calories are, like what is the amount that is appropriate for your body to get into this magical place where you can build muscle and lose fat at the same time. Because maintenance can be really magical, especially if you were eating right, you were doing your workouts. You don't need to starve yourself. Like, you really, really don't. And I think the best results we have had with clients are women who are eating more, who are nourishing their body, who have added in that strength training, and they've had recomposition. Like, the scale kind of stays the same, maybe it goes down a few pounds, but like, their bodies have changed. Like, they start to see abs and like they have shoulder muscles, and it's incredible. But yeah, the scale, they don't see like a huge drop on the scale, but they look totally different. They feel better, their clothes fit better. But anyways, definitely sign up for it. It's called Find Your Fit Physique Number. And yeah, it's all about getting that fit physique. And I do think there is kind of like a magical place to be as far as your caloric consumption would be. And as far as like making sure you're eating enough protein and carbohydrates and fat and all the good things that your body needs. So it's totally free. You guys are going to have some homework. I'm going to walk you through it all. There really is a plan for the entire week of like what you need to do. And it's going to help you get some clarity and give you some first steps as far as like, what the heck do I need to do? And I think the timing is great in the sense that, you know, it's mid-March, so it gives you enough time to change your body composition for summer and bathing suits and barbecues and vacations and all that. So hopefully the timing will be good for you, and I'll give you some details about what you need to do, where you need to go, all that good stuff. So I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be really, really helpful. And I've just had so many questions lately about this topic. So I think you guys are really going to like it. So the link is in my Instagram profile. You can sign up there. It's the first button at the top. And then I'll include it in the show notes here. So I hope you sign up. Totally free. And if you can't make it live, no problem. You'll get the recording, but make sure you watch it because it is kind of timed as far as like a schedule goes, and you want to stay on track. Make sure you're doing your homework. It's not hard homework by any means, but there are some things that you need to do to set yourself up for the second session, and then what you need to do after that. So I really will kind of put you to work, but it's all good stuff. It's just more, it's learning about yourself. It's increasing awareness around your food and your fitness, and just helping you make changes, because if you don't have the data, you can't make changes. So it's a little bit of data gathering, and from there, you're gonna make some changes and, you know, get going with your diet and body recomposition and getting fit and strong and fueled and all that. All right, guys, I'm rambling. Have a lovely day. See you later.